The Exorcist, one of the scariest and highest-grossing films of all time. Spoiler alert, it ends in the exorcism of a demon and the famously steep, tumbling death of a priest.
And now here at the bottom of these iconic steps in Georgetown, Washington, D.C., the director of The Exorcist, William Friedkin, tells me just what it is about the film that's kept us terrified and fascinated for more than 40 years. Did you have any idea when you were shooting it that this would become so iconic and that decades later the film would still be so important?
Absolutely not. You never have any idea like that. It's the luck of the draw. I always felt that these steps were like a metaphor for the story of the film, the ascent from darkness up into light.
This plaque, though, I have to say, is a resident of Washington, D.C., and every time I drive by here, every time I think about The Exorcist. Does this mean anything to you?
I'll tell you exactly what it means, Jake. It means more to me than an Academy Award. Tens of thousands of people will come up these steps and see that they're commemorated as a scene from a movie that I made.
Even decades later, with so many changes to film and films going so much more graphic, it still terrifies. Just that last 3 minutes. Why do you think that is?
It was constructed that way, and I approached it so that the fear sections would grow slowly and then explode. I did not want to shock the audience. I wanted to prepare them for the inevitable conclusion that this girl might be possessed by a demon. This was based or inspired by an actual case. The front page of the Washington Post in 1949 flatly states this was a case of demonic possession and exorcism.
Did you have an actual exorcist come to the set before shooting?
We had the foremost expert in the Catholic Church in America on exorcism.
In the name of the Father!
He's the guy who took me through all of the steps.
Holy Spirit!
Why do you think this movie is still persevering, still so iconic 40 years later?
Because it refers to these great mysteries. Even if someone is an atheist, they are certainly curious about if anything happens after death. It comes down to, why do bad things happen to good people?